Jason Tremblay,
I'm Pamela Kislak.
and we're the DBRAC co-chairs. The next phase of our work we're focusing on is actually establishing the rules for drawing the boundaries. While the superintendent made great gains to really establish the rules for our K-8s and K-5s in middle schools, DBRAC's work is going to be focused on how do we draw the boundary lines in such a way where all of our schools will have healthy enrollment so that all kids can access strong programs.
Well, I think it's important for parents to be part of this process, mainly because it is we as parents and the community who will make sure that the school is successful. It is our voice that are important, and I think it's incumbent upon the committee to ensure that they hear all voices from as many parents as possible.
I think one of my lessons learned from the previous round of work that we did is that we want to be able to hear from families on the ground. While we can take a look at the data and the presentations that we get, that it's important for us that if we're going to really impact families, we want to make sure that we make the best change possible.
And that's why we're calling this phase Street Sense. We want to hear from you. What is your reality on the ground, in your school, in your community, in your neighborhood?
We need to hear from families up front what streets should be considered and not be considered as possible boundaries. What streets are safe ones for kids to cross, what streets are unsafe. What streets kids use every day to actually bike to school, so the bike paths. What are the natural feeder patterns that kids use every day to get to school? We want to hear these specifics as best you can tell us so that we can be effective advocates in drafting our recommendations to the superintendent by the end of the school year.
I think it's important for the community, especially the parents, to acknowledge that change is extremely difficult, and no one can argue with that. But we also have to look at the issue of transportation. We also have to look at safety with regards to sidewalks. I think this is an opportunity for the committee to give parents a space to be able to share those concerns and ultimately make an informed decision on how we move forward.
We want to thank the parents and the public for participating in this process to create great schools, not only for each of our kids, but for all kids in PPS.